Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wildcat Broadcast Network. This is Coach P, the voice of the Wildcats, and tonight we're coming to you live from the east side. We are in Hadaway's Shack as we get ready to face off against John Adams High School in a key Northern Indiana Conference competition. There's just about 2 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the floor warming up. Riley, of course, coming off of a big loss to St. Joe, a 2-point loss to the number one team in 3A in the state. It was an outstanding game. The Cats were up early. Then they got up big. St. Joe managed to scrap back. Then they were up big. About 4 minutes left in the game. Our Wildcats were actually down by 12 points. Somehow still managed to come back in the last minute, or really the last 30 seconds, had two different shots that would have either tied or taken the lead before ultimately losing by 2 points, as I said. So it's going to be important that the Wildcats respond to the loss as they travel just across the bridge here to John Adams. These two schools are only separated by about 10 minutes. Most of the guys on both teams know each other, have known each other for a long time. So that crosstown rivalry is definitely in effect here. We're at just about a minute to go in this warm-up session. Once that final minute runs down, we'll go ahead and quiet up for a minute and let them do their starting lineups and the national anthem. The game starting at 7 o'clock tonight. It got moved up a half hour. The JV So both teams now making their way to the bench. And I'm going to go ahead and be quiet here and let them do the national anthem and the starting lineups.
Good evening and welcome to John Adams High School for tonight's boys basketball game between the Riley Wildcats and your John Adams Eagles. As a member of the Northern Indiana Conference, John Adams High School welcomes you to South Bend. We hope that you will join us in our effort to promote good sportsmanship and remember that high school athletic events are a learning and educational experience for our students. 6'1", junior number 3, Tyrese Jones. 6'1", senior number 5, Brandon Williams. 5'9", senior number 10, Marvin Schindler. And coach of Riley is Alex Daniel. And now the starting lineup for your John Adams Eagles. 6' senior number 4, Kaylin Allen. 6'3", junior number 11, Jarvis Moore. 5'10", junior number 21, Sam Pryor. 6'1", junior number 22, Karan Johnson. 6'1", senior number 23, Mikey Hall. And coach of John Adams is Clan Johnston.
All right, so there you have it. The starting lineups have been made. Wildcats going with what has become our standard starting lineup so far this season. B.J. Williams, Tyrese Jones, Dontriel Johnson, who, of course, we call Tree. Jalen Barbera and Marvin Schindler, the senior guards, on the floor for the Cats. So it's going to be B.J. Williams jumping. He's going to be jumping against Mikey Barr, a 6'1" senior. So the seniors going to face off against each other to get this game started. And I'm going to do my best to keep up with this clock, as I always do. And so finally the time has arrived. It is time for the tip-off. And here we go. The tip is up, and it's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say off of Riley, so it's going to be Adams basketball. Side out for Jarvis Tolbert, Adams' star if they have one. He's throwing it in just in front of the Riley bench, able to inbound it. That's Teron Johnson with the ball. He tries to kick it out to the corner to Jarvis, but the pass a bit hot and Jarvis unable to handle it, out of bounds on the Eagles. And now the Wildcats are going to get their first opportunity on the offensive end. It's going to be Marvin Schindler bringing it up. Him and Tyrese Jones, the leading scorers for this team, and I named both of them because they're extremely close in scoring. Here's Jalen Barbera with the jumper, no good. But the air ball picked up by Tyrese, and he's fouled on the putback. So that's going to put Tyrese Jones on the free throw line, the junior. It's been well documented. He transferred over from Clay after Clay closed last year, so not really a true transfer as much as it was a choice. He chose the Wildcats. We're happy to have him. One of the best juniors in the state by our estimation. Should be on the short list for junior all-star the way that he's played. He had 32 points the other night against St. Joe, including 20 in the first half when he really carried the Wildcats. And he's able to knock down the first free throw. And now he lines up the second. This one is up. Rattles around, and it's good for Tyrese. Cat showing a little bit of press now. No trap coming, so just a man press, looking to slow him down a little bit. Cats with it out near the volleyball line. Schindler on defense. Now into the corner. This is Kaylin Allen. Looks to turn the corner. Cut off nicely. Now it's stolen by Tree. Tree into the open floor. Wisely holds it up. Good patience there by the freshman. He's been an outstanding addition to the Wildcats program. And he's somebody that we're really excited about over these next few years. Here's Tyrese now from the wing. Looks to drive on Tolbert. Flips it up. No good. But ball tipped out by Tree. BJ ends up with it. Looks to throw it inside. It's knocked out of bounds. But it's going to remain Wildcat basketball. So it's going to be Marv taking it out. He's going to be out of bounds underneath on the high side of the rim. Box set being shown by the Cats. Looks to the corner, cut off nicely by Jarvis, but now to B.J. Williams at the rim, flips it up and in. Good cut there by B.J. Took the pass and finished at the rim. That's what we want. 4-0 here in the early going. As Tolbert looks to drive baseline, flips it up, reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Jalen. Cats now off and running. Flips it ahead. B.J. at the rim, and it's good. And that's going to be a timeout for the Eagles. A quick 6-0 run here to start this game. Barbera able to pull down the rebound, got it into the open floor, and B.J. got himself his second layup of the game. 6:29 officially on the clock. Wildcats up 6-0 as soon as I fix the scoreboard. Good start there for the Cats. That's absolutely what they're looking for. Anytime you're on the road, especially against a rival, you want to come out hot. You want to come out fast. So far, the Cats have 6-0. B.J. Williams with back-to-back layups. And this last one came off the rebound by Jalen Barbera, and that's been a big deal for the Cats this year. There were some questions coming into this season. Where would the rebounds come from? After Peyton Baird graduated last year, he was their leading rebounder and scorer last year as he won the NIC MVP. He's now over at Bethel University, number 10 in the country. So shout out to Peyton. But it's been a team effort on the boards, and that time it was Jalen that came down with it, and he was able to feed it ahead. So here's the Eagles with the basketball. Now into the corner, now up top. This is Mikey Barr looking to drive. He's guarded by B.J. Tyrese came over to help, kick back to the top. No good, and another rebound by Jalen. Cats into the open floor again. Jalen in the middle, kicks out to the corner. B.J. Williams for three. No good, but B.J. was fouled on the three-point attempt. That's going to put Brandon Williams at the line for three. The foul called on Kalen Allen. That's going to be his first. And it is the second team foul for the Eagles. I'm going to do my best to keep up on the team fouls, but no promises. Brandon Williams, the senior, at the line. His first free throw is up, and it's off. Drew front iron on that one and rolled off. 6:02 on the clock. So B.J. now lines up his second. Shot is up. This one is good. So 7-0. Now B.J. is going to take his third free throw after being fouled on the three-pointer in the corner. An opportunity to give us an 8-0 lead here in the early going. Here's B.J.'s shot. It's up, and this one draws front iron as well. Rebounded by Allen. Adams basketball 7-0 as we just broke the 6-minute mark here in the first quarter. Still early. Adams has not been able to get a lot going. Here's Tolbert. This one blocked by B.J., picked up by Tyrese. Cats into the open floor. Here's where they're dangerous. Tyrese to the rim. No good. Bounced around and came out. I really thought he was going to finish that one, but a great play by Tyrese, putting the pressure on the defense, demanding that they stop him. They didn't, so he went all the way to the rim, drew the foul. It's going to put Tyrese on the free throw line for two, and it's the third team foul for the Eagles. Tyrese lines up the first. The shot is up, and this one is good. Substitution being made for the Eagles. That's Carter Johnson that checked in the game, coach's kid. And the second free throw by Tyrese is good. That gives us a 9-0 lead. And now the ball knocked out of bounds. The defensive pressure by the Cats. It was B.J. Williams, got his fingertip on it, able to knock it out. So the full court press here being shown by the Cats again. They did not press out of it last time. But they're definitely looking to be aggressive. Jalen Barbera on the ball. That's Jarvis Tolbert taking it out. Able to get it in, no problem. And now the handoff back to Jarvis. Good spin move at the rim. Flipped it up, no good. Rebounded by Allen, and Adams is finally on the board. But the Cats quickly to the other side. Out to Tyrese. Three-pointer! No good. Rebound pulled down by Mikey Barr. Adams ahead. Here's Allen. Takes the shot. Tree right in his face. And Jalen Barbera with another rebound. That's his fourth, I think, tonight. So good board work by Jalen here in the early going. Here's BJ now, top of the key, guarded by Allen. Schindler for three. No good. Rebound finally pulled down by Johnny Anella. And the Eagles are off and running. This is Johnston now. Moves it to the low side. Here's Barr with it, guarded by Schindler. He's got a lot of height, but Marv, some excellent defense there. Now Jarvis. Eagles moving around the outside. Good defense so far by the Cats. Got to stay locked in, stay focused as they go through these motions. Now into the corner, Allen. He's going to look for the one-on-one. He loses it. Loose ball picked up by Jalen. Tyrese now into the open floor. Looks to the corner. Tree Johnson for three. No good. Great rebound by B.J. Williams, though. Tree into the middle. Flips it up, and it's in. Great rebound by B.J. Williams, and he found Tree for the layup. And now a charge. Oh. They're going to call this one on Tree. That looked like a charge to me. Great play, Big Tree. So 11-2 here in the early going. That's the first team foul for Riley. And it's going to put Jarvis on the line. Jarvis, the junior leader of this Adams squad, leads them in scoring at about 21 points per game coming into this one. A lot of great prospects in South Bend basketball right now. The area really kind of loaded as Jarvis makes the layup. Makes it 11-5 as we approach 4 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Inside now to Jalen. Jalen flips it up. A lot of contact, but no call. Adams came up with a rebound, but Tyrese able to steal the outlet pass. Then he shot the three. I'm a little behind the action now. So it's going to be out of bounds, I believe, on Riley, if I'm not mistaken. Into the game now for the Wildcats, Keyshawn Wright, Isaiah Packer, and Jaden Stamps. It will be Eagles basketball, out of bounds underneath, full length of the floor. 4:01 officially on the clock, and they're able to inbound it without too much problem to Drew Dixon. He's guarded by Tyrese as he crosses half court. Here's Johnson now, guarded by Key. They get it inside, hook shot. No good, and another rebound for Jalen. Jalen inside. Good move, flips it up and in. It was no good on the first one. Got his own rebound and put it back. 13-5, and it's going to be out of bounds again, but a great hustle play by Tyrese as he fell out of bounds going for the ball. 3:33 officially on the clock, 13-5 the score here in the first quarter. So far, the Eagles have had some problems dealing with the Wildcats' defense. Into the corner to Jarvis. Now up top, back to Jarvis. He's guarded by Barbera. This one tipped away by Stamps. Jarvis comes back with it. Out to the three-point line to Drew Dixon. He looks to drive. Cut off nicely out to Johnson. Three-pointer, and this is good. That's a big shot for the Eagles. Not only does it close the gap to 5, but it just gives them a little bit of confidence. They haven't got a whole lot going here in the early minutes. 13-8, we're under 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Keyshawn Wright directing traffic out near the volleyball line for Riley. He's guarded by Johnston. Key now, handoff to Tyrese. Ty looks inside, now kicks it to Keyshawn. Keyshawn goes to the rim and he draws the foul. So that'll be the fourth team foul for Adams. So for the next 2:35, every foul is going to result in free throws for the Wildcats. This time it's going to be Keyshawn right at the line, the senior guard. Was able to drive to the basket and draw the foul. Shot up by Key is good. 14-8, 2:35 officially on the clock as Keyshawn lines up for his second free throw. Shot is up and good by Key. 15-8, 2:34 on the clock. Adams with the basketball. Here's Dixon. Now we're going to see a little trapping from the Wildcats. Now back up top. Here's Johnson. He just hit one a moment ago, and he knocks this one down as well. So 15-11. As we approach 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Jalen Barbera looks for the screen from Jaden. Not too much there. Now he looks to drive. Dump pass to Jaden at the rim. Unable to finish. Rebound picked up by Jarvis. Now Adams into the open floor. Jarvis flips it up. No good. Rebounded by Isaiah Packer. Now they're off and running. And Isaiah has it knocked away from behind. Marvin Schindler into the game for Jalen Barbera. Jalen with a great rebounding first quarter. Out of bounds underneath for the Cats. It's going to be Keyshawn Wright taking it out. He gets it into Marv. Marv flips it up off glass and good. Great cut there by Marvin, and maybe an even better pass by Keyshawn. He didn't dunk it, but he alley-ooped it. And the layup by Marv gives us a 17-11 lead with just about 90 seconds to go. Is Dixon able to back cut Keyshawn on that one, it looked like. Acted like he was springing towards the top, planted his foot, cut right back down the middle of the lane, able to get the pass. And then he's fouled on the shot attempt, so with 1:33 on the clock, the Wildcats commit their second team foul, and it puts Drew Dixon at the free throw line. His first one is up, and it's good. Dixon, a 6-foot sophomore. Confident young player. Has a good shot on him, a great handle. Here he is lining up his second free throw. This one is up and good as well. So 4-point lead here for the Cats. We are under 90 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Here's Tyrese, turns the corner, jump shot. No good. Ball tipped by Isaiah. Back to Tyrese, now to Schindler. And that's going to be a foul on the floor before the shot. Good tip there by Isaiah. He was able to get it to Tyrese, who then flipped it to Marv. Marv pump fake, got his guy in the air. So even though it was on the floor, it is the fifth team foul. In Indiana high school basketball now, after 5 fouls, everything is free throws. So they're going to give 2 here to Marvin Schiller. His first one is up, and it's good. Riley, a very good free throw shooting team. As Marv lines up his second, and this one is good as well. I was really hoping I didn't jinx it there when I said that. B.J. Williams onto the floor now for Tyrese Jones. Adams basketball, and they're bringing it up. Here's Dixon. Gets it into the corner to Allen, back out to Dixon near the volleyball line. Now to Jarvis on the wing. He hands it back to Johnson, who just hit back-to-back threes. Here's Dixon now to the corner. Johnston got Marv off his feet. Leans inside, was looking for the contact. Cats come up with it. Here's Marv. Great pass from Marv to B.J. But B.J. unable to handle it. So it's going to be Adams basketball out of bounds underneath, full length of the floor. So they're going to have to deal with this press. Adams now with multiple guys back. Dixon able to get it across the court. Here's Johnston. He's looking for Allen. Key almost came up with the steal. Gets it back to Johnson. Another three. This one's short. And then knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. 34.9 on the clock. Wildcat basketball. Keyshawn going to bring it up. Probably going to settle, maybe not settle, but wait for the last shot here. Just about 30 seconds to go, a 6-point lead. Really like to get something good here at the end. Going to the break up 8 or 9 would be spectacular. So here's Keyshawn out near the half-court line. He's guarded by Allen. The water bug, they call Keyshawn. A 4.6 GPA. Great student, great kid. Great handle, too. Now he tried to get it to the corner, it looked like, but Jarvis able to come up with the steal. Now the Eagles 3-2. Shot by Jarvis is up, and it's good. So last-second shot there by Jarvis. He came up with the steal, was able to drive the full length of the floor and take a jumper from kind of the short corner area, able to knock it down. So the lead is only 4. It sort of felt like there for a minute that the Wildcats might just break this thing open early, but the Eagles had other ideas, so I guess we'll go ahead and play the rest of this thing. And while we've got ourselves a minute, as I often like to do, let's go ahead and hear a little word from our sponsors.
I was having a bad day. I decided, go get yourself some Chick-fil-A. Get my order, New York pace, walking out the restaurant.
I noticed that she had left without the milkshake. I tried to run after her, and everybody was looking at me like, this crazy lady. Lois, wait.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She ran after me for 2 blocks. As a New Yorker, it's refreshing when people go out of their way for you. Little things like that make a big difference.
That's me. That's you.
All right, so that was a word from our friends over at Chick-fil-A. They are the primary sponsor of the Wildcat Broadcast Network, so shout out to them. And we are back in action immediately. It's going to be Keyshawn bringing it up. He's going to cross half court, guarded by Allen. Marv now looks inside for Tree. Ball batted around and finally goes out of bounds on the Eagles. So it's going to be side out for the Cats. Marvin Schindler with it. Tree Johnson at the elbow. They look to get it into Key, and they do. They throw it in the backcourt. No issues there. Now to BJ. Now into the corner to Zaya. Ball reversed. Here's Schindler now. Crossover into the corner. Here's Isaiah Packer. Spin move. Jump shot. Off glass and in. Nice move by Isaiah. He got his man going where he wanted to go. Hit him with a spin move and able to go off glass. Nice shot by the junior. Adams with the basketball now as we approach 7 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Adams into the corner, back up top to Jarvis. He's on the wing, guarded by BJ. Now Allen in the corner. That's going to be a foul on Key. Bumped him as he looked to hit the baseline. So that is the first team foul in this quarter for the Wildcats. It's going to be out of bounds underneath for the Eagles. It's going to be Jarvis taking it out. They're showing a box set here. Able to inbound without too much problem. But then the second pass tipped by Keyshawn. Finally ran down by Allen. Now here's the pull-up jumper. This is going to be no good. Rebounded inside by Tree. The jumper was by Taryn Johnson. Here's Schindler now. Kicks it back. Now into the corner, B.J. Williams. Cat's going to be patient. 15-21 the score. Cross court into the corner. Now out to Isaiah Packer. Over to Keyshawn for 3. It was no good. Offensive rebound by Isaiah Packer, but he was unable to finish the putback. Now the Eagles off and running. Here's a 3 in the corner from Jarvis. No good. Loose ball picked up by Keyshawn. Now into the open floor. Outside, Tree Johnson. No good. But another offensive rebound by the Cats, this time by Marv. He's able to kick it out to Zaya. Now he drives. Drop off pass to BJ. BJ, little jumper, and it's good. I don't know if that's exactly the way that we drew it up, but we'll take it. BJ Williams with his fifth and 6 points of the night. Assist by Isaiah on that one. 5:47 officially on the clock. Jarvis with it now on the far side of your screen. Gets it to the top of the key. Here's a three. No good, and a great rebound by Isaiah. He's going to walk it up. Now he kicks it ahead to Keyshawn. Over to Tree Johnson. Out near the volleyball line. Hand off to BJ. And BJ traveled. And BJ's going to take a seat as Jalen Barbera checks back in. I don't think that has anything to do with the travel. That was already happening as Keyshawn also sits down for Tyrese. 5:25 officially on the clock. 23-15 is the score. This is Taron Johnson bringing it up. He's going to be guarded by Marvin Schindler. And Tyrese making things on Allen very difficult. They're looking for that wing catch. They like to throw it to that wing and then run some looping cuts around the baseline or some Iverson cuts out along the top. That looked like a travel, but no call. Rebounded by Johnson on the inside, and he's able to flip it back up and in. And just like that, the Cats off and running. Here's Marv inside, off glass, and it's good. You cannot blink. As soon as Adams scored, Cats got it right back in, and Marv's on the other end. And now on this side, the Eagles throw it out of bounds. 25-17 as Tion Watley checks into the game for Isaiah Packer. So Marv going to bring it up. Move it to the low side. Here's Tyrese. Now back up top to Jalen. He's got a lane. Out to the corner. Marvin Schindler. I don't know. Have the Cats hit a three yet tonight? My goodness. Usually a very good shooting team. There's a little bit of a lid on the rim here at Adams so far in this game. And although head coach Alex Daniel doesn't agree with it, Tion called for the travel as he dove after the ball. It was really Tyrese's errant pass. Had to lay out for it a little more than he should have. Travel called on Tion, so it's going to be Eagles basketball. Johnston with it out near the volleyball line, guarded by Schindler. Now out to the corner, back to Johnston. Now here's Jones, guarded up top by Tree. Looks to set the screen for Johnston. Nothing there. Baseline drive. Allen knocked away. Now out to the corner. Here's Jones. Shot is up. No good, but the rebound pulled down by Mikey Barr. Now he flips it up and in. No good, but there's going to be a foul called on the floor. The foul going to go against Tree. Just got caught hacking in there as the scrum began. Out of bounds underneath for the Eagles. Johnston with it out. He's able to get it in here to Jones. Jones flips it up, and it's good. So 25-19, here's Schindler out to the corner. Tyrese thought about it. Decides to be patient. Nothing wrong with that. 25-19, 3:30 just about on the clock. Here's Barbera. Looks to drive baseline. Cut off nicely by Barr. Kicks out to Tyrese. No good. And now another foul going to be called. This one on Jaden Stamps. Loose ball foul as he went up for the rebound. So 3-team fouls now for the Wildcats. And there's going to be a timeout on the floor. Head coach Chad Johnston of the Adams Eagles calls timeout. It will be a full. So since we have the chance, I'm going to go ahead and jump over here. And let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Upgrade your ride at Gates. Need a great buy? On a new ride, Gates has rates as low as 0% up to 60 months. And no payments till spring. Local lenders are on full credit alert for the sale. No payments till spring. All at Gates, all month long. What a sale!
All right, so shout out to our friends at Gates, longtime partners of the South Bend Riley Athletic Department, and especially and specifically the boys basketball team. They have been great partners. 3:22 officially on the clock. 25-19 the score. 3 team fouls for South Bend Riley. It's going to be Adams basketball. They're going to be facing this press that Riley's had out here for most of the night. They haven't trapped out of it a ton. So we'll see how Adams handles it. It's going to be Jarvis taking it out. He gets it into Johnston, out of bar. Handled nicely by Adams there. That was pretty textbook. Beat the press with the pass. Inside the bar of the block, but then they move it right back outside. Here's Johnston out past the volleyball line, guarded by Tyrese. Now Jarvis gets the screen, top of the key, moves to Johnston. Over the bar. Handoff Allen, three-pointer. No good. And that's going to be out of bounds on Jarvis. I'm off on my clock for the first time really this game. That's not too bad. We're pretty deep into the second quarter. So I'm going to run this thing down to 2:51 as Isaiah Packer checks back into the game for Tion Watley. See if I can run off a few more seconds here. Yeah, we're pretty close. So it's going to be Marvin Schindler bringing it up. Adams sitting back waiting on him. Out to Zaya. Now the low side to Ty. Ty looks to turn the corner. Tyrese lost it. So it's going to be a turnover and then I believe a foul. So there is a foul called on Tyrese. He lost the handle and then in diving after the ball committed the foul. So that's the 4th team foul for the Cats. The first for Tyrese. He takes a seat. On the floor now, Keyshawn Wright, B.J. Williams, Jalen Barbera, Isaiah Packer, and Jaden Stamps. Is Johnson able to get it across half court for the Eagles? And trying to figure out what the call is here. Oh, they're going to call the offensive foul on that one. So great defense by Key. I think we were ready to argue that one, but then it went the other way. So we're pretty happy with that call, obviously. Jane Stamp's going to take it out right near the half-court line. And he's got Key in the backcourt waiting on it, no problem. Key with it now, going to bring it up. Crosses half-court, hands off to Jalen. Over to Isaiah. Looks to drive, goes baseline, flips it up and in. What a move by Isaiah. Great roll there for Zaya. Now inside to Jones. Good hop step, and he's going to be fouled by Stamps. That was a good move there by Jones. Anytime you can get on 2 feet that strong in the middle of the lane, you're more than likely going to be able to make something happen. He was able to get the shot up. It didn't fall, but he drew the foul. So now Jones at the free throw line shooting this first. This one is up, and it's no good, so a good foul by Jaden. Jones now lining up his second free throw. Shot is up. And this one's going to be good. So now Tion Watley into the game for Jaden Stamps. 27-20 the score. 5 team fouls for Riley, just 1 for Adams. As the Eagles able to inbound, it's going to be Keyshawn Wright bringing it up. Now over to BJ, now the low side to Jalen. Up top, here's Isaiah. Three-pointer. No good. It was a little long, but a great rebound by Tion. And they're going to call a foul. I guess you never really want to foul, right? But those are the kind of fouls that we'll take. That was a pure hustle foul on Tion. Really skied for that rebound. But apparently a little contact in the back on Johnston, and unfortunately that's going to put the Eagles at the free throw line as the Cats have committed their 5 for this quarter. .151 officially on the clock as Johnston lines up his first free throw. He'll be shooting 2. Johnston, a 5'11" sophomore. He is the son of head coach Chad Johnston. But the first free throw is no good, so here comes the second. 27-20 is the score. The shot is up. This one draws front iron, but is able to roll in for the Eagles. And now the Cats get it ahead to BJ. Keyshawn out near the volleyball line as Riley sets things up here. Now the low side to Jalen. Jalen now loses the dribble, but the Cats get it right back. Now Tion inside to Barbera, and it's good. A little bit of luck there for the Cats. Now here's Allen looking for the drive. And that's going to be a travel. Good play there by the Wildcats. As the ball is inbounded, Keyshawn Wright going to bring it up as we approach 1 minute remaining here in this first half. The Cats are now into their offense. Schindler out to BJ. At the rim. No good. They're going to call that one on the floor. Nice aggressive drive there by Isaiah. Put his head down and went. Nothing much the defense could do on that one as he draws the foul, the second team foul for the Eagles, and we're at 1:03 officially on the clock. And in the middle of the lane, Tion caught it and was all alone. I don't think even he realized how alone he was going to be. But now the ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Adams Eagles basketball. We are under 1 minute to go. 8-point lead for the Wildcats as Carter Johnston brings it up for the Eagles. Jarvis with it now. Here's Dixon into the corner. Nothing there. Good defense by Tion. Now out to Dixon. The Eagles probably going to be content to move this thing around, maybe wait for a last-second shot. Maybe not, though. Out to Jarvis once again in the corner, guarded by Tion. Dixon with it out near the half-court line. He's being harassed by BJ. We just don't want to foul. That's the only thing we don't want to do. 10 seconds now on the clock. Here's the drive. Flips it up, and it's in for the Eagles. Clock running 4, 3, 2. BJ going to pull it. It's up. Close, but not quite. So at halftime, the score 29-23. The Wildcats have been up, I believe, this entire game. So it's been a good first half for the Wildcats. Lots of different guys getting in on the action, if I can talk, which is not unusual for the Wildcats. That's sort of been the recipe this year as we have made our way through the beginning parts of this season. So now here we are at halftime. And we're going to go ahead and give you a moment to check out a message from the IHSAA.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
I'm Keyshawn Wright, class of 2025, 5'8" guard from South Bend, Indiana.
Keyshawn Wright is a true point guard.
To me, my game is very unselfish. I like to get all my teammates involved.
About as quick as they come from end to end with the basketball.
I play with a high level of energy, offensively and defensively.
Offensively, he can get to the basket. Very good at finding those cracks in the defenses and making players around him better.
Offensively, I'm looking to attack the rim and draw fouls.
Defensively, he's a pest. He can get after you. He'll fight you from end to end.
Defensively, I'm ready to get stops, willing to get stops, do whatever it takes to get a stop.
He is not the biggest in stature, but he's got a huge heart. He plays extremely hard every time he comes out on the court.
What inspires me is my family, mostly my parents though, and my mom. I just do everything for her.
He has a 4.3 GPA, so he's an outstanding student.
Education to me is important because it can help you become successful later in life. And it's also important because my mom, she always pushes me and she stays on me about that, and I don't want to let her down.
He's pretty goal-oriented in what he wants to do. I think his education is really important to him.
College coaches need to know that I'm a good person, I'm a leader on and off the court, and I'm always be ready to work hard.
It opened our young ladies' eyes to the fact that there's a big world out there. And here's an organization, a professional organization, giving you an opportunity to explore that big world out there.
Good work. I told you locked up.
I never really had the opportunity to play flag football, so
Hey, first down.
it's great to see the game expand, definitely in a safer way as well.
I feel like it's just good energy, good communication, good sportsmanship. We have a blast.
Hey, 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 hey.
Not only do young girls get the skills that you get from the game of football, leadership, discipline, communication, confidence building, you name it, but that they're able to use love and passion for the game to kind of catapult them into potentially other opportunities.
Give me two. Give me three. Why are you here?
To this moment, like, as soon as I leave here, I'm still gonna be hustling every day, trying to learn different things, watch videos, just quarterbacks in general, so I can improve myself.
Seeing people get the chance to, play football, they get to go out there and run around and make some moves and shake people. Because I love watching football no matter who's playing it. So seeing, girls flag football is pretty awesome.
Now, there are 13 sanctioned states in high school girls flag. Just shows the commitment and the interest. And then you add on that it's going to be an Olympic sport at the next Olympics, which is huge. I think it's a really exciting time to jump in and be at the forefront of this.
Family on three, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. Family! Here we go. Good job.
Upgrade your ride at Gates. Need a great buy? On a new ride, Gates has rates as low as 0% up to 60 months. And no payments till spring. Local lenders are on full credit alert for the sale. No payments till spring. All at Gates, all month long. What a sale!
I was having a bad day. I decided, go get yourself some Chick-fil-A. Get my order, New York pace, walking out the restaurant.
I noticed that she had left without the milkshake. I tried to run after her, and everybody was looking at me like, this crazy lady, Lois, wait.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She ran after me for 2 blocks. As a New Yorker, it's refreshing when people go out of their way for you. Little things like that make a big difference.
That's me. That's you.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, so after a stellar performance by the Adams Dance Squad, we are down to just about 3 minutes to go in this halftime break. It's been really all Wildcats this first half, although the score doesn't necessarily indicate that. Started out really strong, looked like in the beginning they may have an opportunity to blow this thing open right away. But Adams able to claw back. A couple of timely threes by Johnston. A big part of that in the early going when it looked like things could get out of hand. He knocked him down back-to-back, got Adams right back into it. But one thing that the Wildcats have done well this year is key in on the key player for the opposition. And we've played some really tough guys so far this season. Chase, of course, a couple nights ago had a really good night. But some other guys along the way, Murphy from Michigan City comes to mind. We've been able to key in on those guys, and tonight for Adams, there's no question that their best player is Jarvis Tolbert, and he has been relatively quiet here in the first half. Now, hopefully, I'm not jinxing things for the second half, but that was definitely one of the keys for the Wildcats coming in. You got to control the star players. You don't want their star players to kill you, right? So good job on Jarvis. Keenan Allen, probably the other guy that they would want to key in on. Kalen Allen, excuse me. Relatively quiet first half for him as well. Only 23 points on the board for the Eagles. We're down to just about 1 minute left in this half, so coming into the second half, probably for both teams, I don't know if you're making a bunch of huge adjustments. The first half was pretty steady. I think probably here in the second half we can expect to see the pace pick up a little bit, the intensity to pick up, especially on the defensive end, as the Eagles look to claw back into this thing in the second half. But for now, the Wildcats are up. You heard the 1 minute buzzer perhaps in the background. We are under 1 minute in this break. The clock you see on your screen is actually pretty close to the real thing. So we're just about ready to get this thing started in the second half. Like I said, for the Cats, probably just more of the same. Good rebounding first half, especially for Jalen Barbera. He had to have 6 or 7 boards just in that first half. B.J. Williams with a couple buckets. Isaiah Packer with a couple buckets. Marv has been relatively quiet. So certainly would like to see him get things going here in this second half. We're down under 10 seconds in this break. Both teams getting ready to take the floor. The Cats going to come back, presumably with their starting lineup. Tree Johnson, B.J. Williams, Tyrese Jones, Marvin Schindler, Jalen Barbera. Adams comes out with Allen, Tolbert, Barr, Jones, and Johnson. It's going to be Adams basketball. Be out right near the half-court line. It's going to be Allen taking it out for him. Now here we go. This is going to be a big second half for both teams. This game important, of course, in the Northern Indiana Conference standings. Adams able to defeat Washington recently. That's important when you talk about the South Bend schools. There's always a little extra something to the games, right? So Adams basketball. Here's Barr, guarded by Tree out in the corner. Hands off to Allen. He backs it up past the volleyball line as Adams looks to set something up. Looked like Tolbert was cutting for the block there. Kicked out to Jones. Jones drives, flips it up off glass, tips it, no good. Comes back down with it. And stolen by Jalen Barbera. Jones was looking to kick it out to Jarvis, and Jalen snatched it. Now Marv with it out near the volleyball line. Adams showing. Here's the drive by Tyrese at the rim. Euro step, flips it up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Barr. Now ahead to the corner to Jones. He just kicks it back. Adams going to look to set something up. We're under 7 minutes to go in this quarter. No scores yet for these teams. Now Jarvis with it. Gets the screen, looks to drive on BJ, but cut off very nicely by Williams. Then on the inside, somehow Jarvis able to flip it up. Put just enough English on it. It rolled around and then rolled in. So 4-point game. Here's Barbera. Thought about the pull-up jumper, defended nicely by Barr. Now here's Jalen, looks to drive. And he's going to be called for the travel. So Adams basketball. Johnson brings it up. He's going to be guarded by Marv. Now down to Jones, guarded by BJ. Handoff to Jarvis, the same play they ran a moment ago, and this time he walks all the way to the rim. There's got to be help in that gap as he turns that corner. Somebody's got to cut him off and not allow him to waltz all the way to the rim like that. So back-to-back buckets by Jarvis. I talked about how they were able to keep him quiet the first half. Obviously the second half starting a little bit differently. Cats with it. They try to go inside the Tree. And they're going to say out of bounds on the Wildcats. Apparently Big Tree got his hand in there. I'm not so sure from my vantage point, but I'm pretty far away. So it's Eagles basketball. It's going to be Johnson bringing it up. He's guarded by Marvin Schindler. There's been some press tonight by the Cats, but they haven't trapped a whole lot out of it. Just a man press to kind of stay in front of him. Now here's Jones. Over to Johnson. Three-pointer, top of the key. No good. Rebound pulled down by Tree. Now Tree ahead to BJ. BJ to the corner for Marv. No good. Rebound pulled down by Barr. Now ahead to Jones. He looks to be aggressive. Flips it up over Tree. No good. And then Tree pulls down the rebound. Good defense there by Tree. Able to make it a tough shot for Jones, and then he came down with the rebound. 5 exactly officially on the clock. It's going to be Wildcat basketball. Marv's going to be the one bringing it up. Adams not showing any pressure. They're going to wait for him on the opposite volleyball line. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Schindler directing traffic for the Cats. Here's Jalen. Shoots the 3. Bang! I don't know if that's our first 3, but if it's not, it's one of our first ones. I don't know if I remember another one, so much needed 3 there for Jalen. And now on the other side, defensive pressure leads to a jump ball, and that's going to be Wildcats' possession. .432 officially on the clock, 32-27 the score. Marv is going to bring it up. Moves it to Tree near the volleyball line. Tree looking for Jalen. Nothing there. Now to the corner. BJ, great pass to Jalen, but he wasn't ready for it. That was the right pass by BJ, the right read. It was actually the right cut by Jalen, too. He just couldn't handle the pass. And now this time, ball knocked away. There's going to be a foul called, I believe, on Johnson. That will be the second team foul for the Eagles. And now Carter Johnston back into the game along with Drew Dixon for the Eagles. Johnston with a couple three-pointers there in that first quarter or first half. Marv going to bring it up again for Riley. Schindler with it. He walks it up. They're going to wait for him once again near the top of the key here on our side. Tree with it out near the volleyball line. But knocked away by Jones. Jones in the open floor, flips it up, no good. Allen came up with it, shoots the turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Tyrese. What a great hustle play by Jones. Now the Cats into the open floor. Barbera at the rim, flips it up, and they're going to call a charge. This is probably going to be a shocker, but I don't really agree with that call. Looked like a flop from up here. Jalen didn't lower his shoulder. He wasn't out of control. But nonetheless, the call stands. First team foul for the Wildcats as Johnston brings it across half court, guarded by BJ. Here's Carter now, guarded by BJ again in the corner. Jarvis back cut, gets it inside, and Jarvis able to score it. Jarvis having himself some good minutes here at the beginning of this quarter. Here's Jalen now. Moves it across to BJ. 3:20 on the clock here in the third quarter. Now out to Tyrese. Ty guarded by Jarvis. Over to Marv. Pull-up jumper. It's good. There's Marvin. I don't care what's going on in the game. I don't care what's happened prior. But BJ comes up with the steal. Open floor. And a layup by BJ. A beautiful layup by BJ. We'll take that, Brandon. And now the ball knocked away again. Wildcats come up with it. Tree ahead to Tyrese. Tyrese at the rim. It's up. It's good! And one underneath the basket for Tyrese Jones. And that's woke some people up here on the east side. Some great defense by the Cats, and they've been at their best this year when they're first forcing turnovers and getting out into transition. And that was the case there. Tyrese Jones at the free throw line, shooting his and one. Isaiah Packer and Jaden Stamps into the game for the Cats. 2:45 officially on the clock. I got off a little bit there in all the excitement. So I let the clock run a little bit, let it catch up. But it is now a 10-point lead for the Cats. Here's Jarvis now. And he's able to go all the way to the bucket and score it. Cats coming back now. Here's Marv. The clock now is more or less right. Keyshawn on the low side. Now into the corner. Isaiah Packer with it. Cross court now to Tyrese. Tyrese baseline. Nothing there. Out to Schindler. Schindler for three. No good. Pulled down by Jones. Johnston with it, being harassed by Marv. Now over to Dixon. Dixon shoots the three. This is going to be long. Great rebound inside by Jarvis. And Jarvis scores another one. Jarvis really carrying the Eagles here in the third quarter. I told you he was their main player. I guess you see why now. Here's Isaiah Packer guarded by Jarvis, and he's going to be fouled. So it's actually the fourth team foul for Adams. So it's going to be out of bounds underneath for the Wildcats. It'll be Marv taking it out. Marv's got it. Throws it over the top to Tyrese. Ty able to come down with it. Gets it to the corner. Isaiah Packer for three. It's goal! Great pass by Tyrese, and then he almost comes up with the steal. What a sequence for Tyrese. Affecting this game, and the three-pointer by Isaiah Packer in the corner. If you need a three, he's a good guy to go hit it. Now top of the key for Allen, trying to answer, no good. And a foul going to be called on the rebound. Big Keyshawn Wright, all 5'8" of them, went about 10'3" to get that rebound. Came down and was fouled in the process by Barr. Barr checks in at a cool 6'1". So he's got Key by a few inches, but Key with the hops on that one. And that's going to put Keyshawn Wright at the free throw line for the Wildcats with 1:29 remaining on the clock. 33-42, the Wildcats lead. Keyshawn's first free throw is good. That puts us back up by 10 with just about 90 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Adams now with 5 team fouls, so the rest of the fouls will lead to free throws here in this third quarter. Eagles with it out. They're going to be facing this press of the Wildcats once again. Here's Dixon out near half court, guarded by Keyshawn. Jarvis to the hole, flips it up and in. He just puts his head down and gets where he wants to go. And now the Cats with it. Tyrese, top of the key, thought about it, over to Marv. Marv looks to drive, now to the corner. Isaiah Packer, another three. It's good from the corner! Great find that time by Marv. We're under a minute. Dixon on the drive. Now they get it out to Jarvis. Jarvis guarded by Isaiah. He's going to have a little help there by Jaden. And he's able to get to the rim. Jarvis Tolbert, just a hard-nosed player. He's had himself an outstanding third quarter. He is carrying the Eagles right now. Nothing really fancy to it. They're running him off some curls. They're setting some screens for him, just trying to get him going downhill towards the rim. And he's been able to find a lot of success at it as he knocks down the first free throw on that one. Jarvis Tolbert now. Second free throw is up. This one draws back iron, but he's able to get it to drop. So that puts it back to 10 as Keyshawn Wright brings it up, puts the pressure on the defense, flips it up, no good. Great rebound inside by Jaden Stamps. Unable to finish on the putback, but a great rebound nonetheless by the big senior. Eagles with it now, down 10 as we approach 20 seconds. We're under 20 seconds. Dixon with it, guarded by Schindler. Having some problems. Out to the corner. Here's Johnston. The drive. Shot is up, and they're going to call a foul on that one on Marv. 10.8 officially on the clock. So that's going to be 2 free throws for Carter Johnston. The first one is up, and it's no good. B.J. Williams now checking into the game for Jaden Stamps. 10.8 on the clock, 10-point lead for the Wildcats here in the third quarter. All right, they got things figured out on the floor, I believe. So here comes the second free throw from Carter. The shot is up, and it's good. 9-point lead, just about 10 seconds on the clock. Don't got to be in a hurry, but you got to move a little quicker maybe than normal. Here comes the high screen from Zaya. He ghost screens it. Marv looks to drive. Step back jumper. It's good! What a shot by Marvin Schindler to end the third. And the Wildcats are cooking, 50-38 here at the end of the third stanza. Woo, what a quarter. Some great play by a lot of different guys in that quarter. Isaiah Packer knocked down 2 3-pointers from the far side corner. The first from Tyrese, the next from Marvin. Some great assists from those guys. Tyrese Jones just all over the floor as he normally is. Nothing unusual there. And then Marv came alive just a little bit in that quarter as well. Hit the pull-up jumper, and then there at the end, step back 3-pointer, nothing but net. It looked like he almost tripped on himself a little bit in that move, but somehow able to maintain his composure and his balance. Able to get the shot up and in. 12-point lead is the result for the Wildcats, and we're feeling pretty good about ourselves heading into this fourth quarter. Cats going to come back onto the floor with Keyshawn Wright, Isaiah Packer, Tyrese Jones, Big Tree, and B.J. Williams. Eagles coming out with Johnson, Jones, Allen, Carter Johnston, and let me check my list here. Number 21, Sam Pryor, a 5'10" junior. Looks like Jarvis going to get just a little bit of a rest. I'd imagine they're not going to leave him sitting down for too long. So Wilbay Adams basketball at half court. The inbound going to be guarded by BJ. Not sure what's happening at the scorers table. They're trying to figure something out with the books and who's checked in. I believe maybe Tree had not checked in during the break, so he'll be in at the first dead ball along with Jarvis. 12-point lead here for the Wildcats. Eagles basketball at half court. As soon as we get things settled out here. All right, I think we are all set. So Carter able to inbound to Johnson. He's going to be guarded by Keyshawn, and we're underway here in this fourth quarter. Should be a good one. Wildcats been in control pretty much this entire game, but that third quarter, Jarvis really woke up. So we'll see how this thing plays out. Here's a spin move by Allen. Nice shot, no good. Ball tipped around. Knocked around, and now a foul going to be called on Isaiah Packer. Going after the loose ball, but that's another one of those fouls. Hey, we'll take that. It's a hustle foul. You're going after the loose ball, crashing into some guys. That's the kind of hustle we need on the floor. 7:39 on the clock. Adams basketball once again. It is Johnson guarded by Key. Now up top to Jones, now to the low side to Allen. Allen guarded by Isaiah Packer. Now up to Jarvis, guarded by JB, Jalen Barbera. Spin move for Jarvis. And now knocked away and stolen by Isaiah Packer. He's into the open floor. Now here's Zaya, pull-up jumper from the elbow, and it's good. Nice defensive play. Then he fumbled it a little bit coming up the floor. Grabbed it up, was patient, moved the ball. It came right back to him. Pull-up jumper from the elbow, and he's going to hit that one more often than not. A great shooter is Isaiah Packer. 52-38. Pass inside to Johnson, though, and an easy layup. Not sure exactly what happened on that one. So it's Wildcat basketball, 40-52, 6:38 on the clock. Keyshawn hands it off, now up top to Zaya. Zaya going to look to drive, and he does. Pass inside to Tree, and that's going to be a foul. Zaya able to turn the corner, got it into the air, and then dropped it off for Big Tree Johnson right in front of the rim, and he's a lot to handle down low. Now, we call him Tree because his name is Don Triel, but obviously it is a fitting nickname. Big Tree is built like a tree. And this first three free throws up and no good. But an outstanding player is Tree. Is just a freshman. You never know quite what to expect when you've got younger guys coming up. But I can tell you, just being in practice with this kid every day, his level of maturity, the leadership that he shows as such a young kid is beyond impressive. Probably the most mature freshman I've been around as he misses the second free throw. So it's 52-40. Eagles with the basketball, and they immediately throw it away. Wildcat basketball, it's going to be right about volleyball line extended on the far side of the floor. Defense not really showing too much pressure. Jones looks like he's going to wait back around the volleyball line. Or it's going to be Johnson on Marv, actually. Cats with it. Here's Jalen. Looks to drive, cut off. Now into the corner. Here's Tree. Nothing there, but the Cats don't have to be in a hurry. Three-pointer from the corner, Isaiah, no good. Everybody in the gym thought that was going in. Now the Eagles, Jarvis in the corner. And a charge! A charge taken on the baseline by Isaiah Packer. He saw Jarvis come and camped out and waited on him. That's the 7th charge Isaiah's taken this season. I don't want to say it's one of his specialties, but I guess it's slowly becoming one. So will be Wildcat basketball out of bounds underneath full length of the floor. Marv's going to walk it up. Carter Johnson going to be waiting for him at the top of the key, but they move it instead to Tyrese. Tyrese now down low to Jalen. Jalen looks to drive on Barr at the rim. Tough move by Jalen. I talked earlier about Jarvis just putting his head down and just going where he wants to go. That's what Jalen did on that play. Really put the pressure on the defense. Jalen probably the best quick twitch athlete we have on this Wildcats basketball team. When he gets up on his tippy toes and starts dancing, he's real hard to stay in front of as he makes his first free throw. Jalen, an outstanding free throw shooter this year. He's been hovering right around 90% all year. And he makes the second one. I wasn't worried about jinxing him that time. I got belief in my guys. Here's Johnson. Now he's trapped in the corner. Throws it off Mar's leg, but good defense there by the Cats. 14-point lead for Riley. Dixon going to have it out just under the volleyball line extended on his side of the floor. He's able to get it into Jones. Now over to Jarvis. Jarvis for three, and it's good. I tell you, Jarvis is absolutely keeping them in this ball game. We're just over 5 minutes to go in this one. And he's had a heck of a ball game. Now to the corner, Isaiah Packer, another three, and it's good. As we approach 5 minutes to go, here's Dixon. Baseline floater is good. I said after the break I thought the pace might pick up a little bit. You're starting to feel it here. Tree Johnson for three. No good. What a rebound by JB. My goodness. Go to work, young man. Great rebound. And a timeout on the floor called by head coach Alex Daniel. That's going to be a full timeout. And some outstanding play here for the Wildcats. Having some cheerleader wars here on the floor. That's always fun. If I was not working right now, I would absolutely go down there and show y'all how it's done. I don't know if any of you out there have seen me, but I'm a fairly large human being, but I'm telling you. All right, so after all that, I guess I should go ahead and fix the score. Apparently I'm off by 2. So it's actually 59-45. 3 team fouls for Adams, just 1 for Riley. We are at 4:44, not 54, so let me go ahead and burn this off real quick. All right, the clock on your screen is now accurate, 4:44 exactly. 59-45 is the score. It's going to be Adams Eagles basketball. Wildcats showing press on this one. They're able to get it into Dixon. Knocked away by Tyrese. Gets it back to Isaiah for 3. No good. Air ball actually on that one. Might have got a little excited. Tyrese with a great steal, though. Another great defensive play for the Wildcats. Schindler with it out near the half-court line. He's in no hurry. Moves it to Zay. Zay looks inside for Tree. Tree now to Jalen. Great pass, great finish, great play for the Wildcats. Riley showing more pressure. They really just want to make things as difficult as possible on Adams right now. Obviously, they're trying to battle back into the game, so every second that you can burn on the clock works to your advantage if you're Riley. We're now under 4 minutes officially. Drew Dixon with the ball, guarded by Marvin Schindler. They look for a flare screen. Here's Dixon, three-pointer. It's up. No good. Rebound pulled down by Tyrese. Into the open floor, all the way to the rim. No good. I don't think Ty knew exactly what he wanted to do with that one. No harm, no foul. Adams gets it back, and now a foul going to be called here on Jalen Barbera. This may be another one of those fouls that you'll almost accept. The way Jarvis has been having success here in the second half is really just putting his head down and driving to the rim. So although Jalen picked up the foul on that one, at least he was able to cut him off and stay in front of him. Nothing easy. We're at 3:38 on the clock. It's going to be out of bounds underneath for Adams. Jarvis takes it out, able to get it into the corner. And they're looking back for Jarvis more often than not when he's the inbounder. Now he looks to go baseline, guarded by Tyrese. Defended well, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jones, down to the open floor. This time he knows what he's doing, and he scores. No question on that one by Tyrese. 3:18 officially on the clock. 63-45 is the score. Wildcats starting to pull away from this thing, and it's largely due to their defensive intensity. Outside of Jarvis, nobody else really getting it done for Adams in this second half. Oh, that was almost a steal by BJ, but here's Allen, drives the rim, flips it up, no good. Ball tapped around, pulled down by BJ. Cats in the open floor. Jalen Barbera for 3! No good. Oh, I was about to get excited on that one. On the other end, here's Jarvis at the rim. No good, but rebounded by Jones, and they're able to put it in. Keyshawn with it. Again, the Cats don't need to be in a hurry. Keyshawn gets the screen from Jaden Stampson in the middle, flips it up. They're going to call this one on the floor. Good move by Key nonetheless. Marvin Schindler and Tion Watley checking into the game for the Cats. Able to inbound it. Here's BJ in the corner. 2 feet, middle of the lane, shot is up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Great hustle play by BJ. Now cross court to Keyshawn. 2:13 on the clock. Key to the corner. Tion Watley for 3. No good. And now Jarvis going to be out in the open floor. He's going to be tough to stop there. Flips it up and in. And now a timeout going to be called by the Eagles. It's going to be a 30-second. We are at 2:01 officially on the clock, so the clock and the score is correct. Adams now with 4 team fouls versus just 2 for the Wildcats. So the rest of the fouls called against Adams for these final 2 minutes will result in free throws for the Wildcats. Certainly an advantage if you can be an aggressive team and draw some fouls here down the stretch. If you're Adams, I'm not sure what your strategy is, to be perfectly honest. As I said a moment ago, outside of Jarvis Tolbert, not a whole lot going on offensively for the Eagles. He has absolutely kept them in this game in the second half, but it's hard to do it alone. So with 2:01 on the clock, the Eagles going to try to figure this thing out, but the Wildcats in pretty good shape as we head down the stretch. Out of bounds underneath for the Wildcats. Going to be B.J. Williams passing it in. Adams now showing a little bit of press. Cats able to get it in. Here's Keyshawn back to B.J. And now almost stolen on the far side. Jones came up with it but then fell out of bounds. 1:54 on the clock. It's going to be Wildcat basketball. Volleyball line extended on the far side of the floor. And they're able to throw it in no problem to Keyshawn, and he's just going to walk it up. Carter Johnston supplying the defense on Keyshawn. Key with the drive to the corner. Marr for 3. No good. Inside, rebound, Jaden Stamps. And he's going to draw the foul. Another great offensive rebound by Stamps. That's his second or third one tonight. That's something he's done very well, especially here recently. Out of bounds underneath for the Cats. No, that should be shooting, right? Yes, they're going to put Stamps on the free throw line. So the 15th foul, the Eagles are in the bonus. 1:40 officially on the clock. As Jaden Stamps goes to the free throw line and looks to knock down 2 free throws. First one is up and it's good for the big guy. Jaden, a 6'4" senior. Knocked down the first free throw. He lines up the second. Deep breath. And now the free throw from Jaden is up. No good. But the loose ball chased down by Marvin Schindler, and that's been the story of tonight. Wildcats winning the hustle plays. I'd have to guess winning the rebounding battle. Here's BJ now out to Tion. They're going to look to take the air out of this thing and walk out of here with a victory. Back out to Tion. Tion. This time tipped by Jarvis. Ball out of bounds. Well, the ref's talking. It was not tipped by Jarvis, apparently. So it's going to be Adams basketball just about at the half-court line. 1:12 on the clock officially. Riley, of course, arguing that it was not touched by a Wildcat. Adams, of course, more than comfortable getting the ball back. They inbounded against the defense of Keyshawn Wright, and I tell you, he can be tough to get by. Pull-up jumper, middle of the lane, no good. Rebound pulled down by Stamps, another good rebound by him, and now they're going to resort to fouling. So that's going to put Schindler now at the free throw line. We're under a minute officially. Going to burn a few more seconds off this clock. If you've been checking out these broadcasts, you know I'm usually pretty bad in the final minutes on the clock, so my bad. But we're just about a minute away from another Wildcat victory. 64-49, the score right now. Marvin Schindler, the star senior guard for the Cats, stepping to the free throw line. Things pretty well under control for Riley. Schindler at the line for his first. Free throw by Schindler is good. A very good free throw shooter is Marv. He's a guy that you got to figure is going to figure into the NIC MVP talks this year. Had a great senior season so far, leading the team in both scoring and assists. Adams with it, 50 seconds on the clock. Here's Jarvis. Drives, flips it up, and it's in. He's had a heck of a second half. It's not going to be enough for the Eagles, but a great second half nonetheless. And now here's Marv, middle lane, passes off to BJ. BJ going to be fouled and one. .5 officially on the clock as BJ is going to the free throw line to complete his and one. Wholesale substitutions now for the Adams Eagles with just about 30 seconds remaining. The white flag being waved. Not sure what was going on down there, but something was going on. And nonetheless, BJ going to shoot his free throw. It's up, and it is good for BJ. So now wholesale substitutions for the Cats as well. Tyrese back onto the floor along with Tion, A.J. Neely, Bradford Washington, and Mariah Jackson. So some of the younger guys on this Wildcat squad getting an opportunity here in the last 30 seconds, and that's going to be a quick turnover by the Eagles. Cats with it. Mariah able to inbound it. I'm guessing we're just going to dribble this thing out. My clock is off by just a couple seconds, so we'd be pretty close. Here's A.J. Kicks it out to Mariah Jackson. Mariah, pull-up jumper from the baseline, and it's good. Go ahead, Mariah. Mariah, an all-area linebacker in football. Showed he's got a little touch on that baseline jumper. Nice shot, right? And just like that, the game is over. 51-70, the final. South Bend Riley continues their strong play in inner city matches. Able to knock off the Eagles in this one, an important NIC matchup. A big win, some great performances across the board for the Cats. Tyrese Jones had a good night. Isaiah Packer had some great play off the bench. Marvin Schindler with some big shots there in the second half. And the end result is another victory for the Wildcats. We traveled down on Saturday